quarterback in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Junior taking a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets up. Oh,
down.
Watch who he's going to set up. He's going to go for the. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum on a beautiful Tuesday evening, 68 degrees, clear skies, and a light breeze as the USC Trojans welcome the Ohio State Buckeyes to town. Good evening, everybody. Camera duty here with my buddy Michael Wesson on the call. Michael, these two teams no strangers to each other. This is their 16th meeting between the two, and Ohio State leads the series 9-6, partner.
Oh, and Cameron, this one's going to be very entertaining because we're going to get to see an impact athlete like Braylon Tyree, and Tyree's going to look to come out and have a good game here tonight.
Ohio State will get the start. Start from the 30-yard line. First play of scrimmage, it's quarterback Ben Davis throwing. He throws the interception immediately, and it's going to be a pick six to start this game. To the house, USC Trojans. A score by Mickey Jackson.
And Cameron, what is in the air tonight? Back-to-back game start with back-to-back opening play interceptions. Massive play by the USC Trojans. A mistake by Ben Davis, and USC is on the board.
Man, Ben Davis threw that one up, and it was just a jump ball, honestly, and you see coming down with it was indeed number 11, Mickey Jackson. He takes it to the house. The extra point, good for the USC Trojans and Corey Little. And wouldn't you know it, 7-zip, Trojans lead early.
Now that is an incredible way to start, but if you're the Buckeyes, if you're Ben Davis, you cannot afford too many of those to open this game.
No, you cannot, as Tyree brings this one back out. Ohio State's result in week one, they come up short, losing to Notre Dame 38-21. USC also lost their first game of the season, losing to Auburn 29-26. These two teams playing both opponents very close in week one. Somebody's got to get a victory here in week two as Ben Davis takes the snap, looking for better this time. Connects with Tyson Luck for 4 yards.
Hey, anything with positive yards, any completion really, even if it would have went for negative, would have been better than the pick six.
That is the truth. Man, and that just puts them immediately in a deficit. And here's a Wildcat formation as it's a good run by Mr. Hansen, who lined up, took the snap, and runs left side for 15.
Way to pull out the Wildcat from formation there. Maybe take a little bit of pressure off their quarterback.
Yeah, indeed. And I think at times that's something that these teams need to look at, playing a very balanced game to alleviate some of that pressure that these quarterbacks do feel. Here's Davis with the keeper. Nice fake, good read, got open spaces across the 50, 30, or excuse me, 45, and down to the 40 where he's tackled.
That's a perfect option by Ben, and what a way for the Ohio State quarterback to come in and make such a great play.
Yeah, good job by the junior there as he was able to show a little bit of speed on that option keeper. Now, first down, play action, throws, floats it up to the sideline. Perfect touch on that pass, and Braylon Tyree brings this one in.
And we talked about Tyree before that opening pick six, but Tyree's going to be important if Ohio State's going to want to do what they want to do on offense.
And here's the snap for Davis as he throws pressure coming. He does get rid of it, and he finds his open man, Messiah Ritchie. 5-yard gain. That's good considering the pressure that was pouring down on Ben Davis.
Oh, 100% pressure was right on him immediately. Now 5 wide for Davis.
Here's Davis in shotgun as he throws, working that middle of the field. That pass popped loose because that was a big bruising hit, wasn't it, there by this USC defense?
Yeah, it came in and cracked him. Now it's going to be up to Davis. You see 4 wide on one side, 1 on the other.
Jalen Holloway had the hit, And here's the throw on 3rd and 5, and Tyree is stopped a yard short. Good containment by the USC Trojans as they kept Tyree at bay. Gunnar Kincaid with the tackle.
And I think this is the right decision here, Cameron, because you see Ohio State, they threw the pick 6 to USC in the opening drive. You can't afford to walk away from your second drive without points. I think taking the points there isn't a bad decision.
No, not at all. I would agree with you, partner, as Buddha Ball puts this one up, and the kick is good. It makes it a 4-point game. We're just a couple of minutes into the opening kickoff of this Week 2 game here in Season 26 of the CFSL. And here is the Trojans. Maddox Baker with a 20-yard return, and we will finally get to see this USC offense led by Bo Mayweather III.
And I think that's what's going to be interesting, getting to see the Trojans, because you didn't get to see them so far. We're already seeing USC put on the board without even seeing the offense step on the field.
Yeah, indeed, as Jaden Cobb rushes for 6, and it's not often, like you said, you get spotted a 7-point lead there by your defense. They give you an opportunity to come out with the lead, and you haven't even touched the field. Mayweather going to throw this one up after a quick release, and he throws the interception.
And now, if you want to talk about a way for Ohio State to get some big play back, Jonathan Gold got them the big play back, got them the ball back, and on the first play, the first throw for Mayweather, he comes up with the he throws the pick. Ohio State's got the ball.
I'm not sure what Bo Mayweather was looking at there when he let that one fly, and it was underthrown, unfortunately, to go on top of that, and Jonathan Gold getting the interception there as Dominic Bellamano with the rush, or with the tackle, excuse me, as Hansen gets a couple.
Yeah, and we're going to have a Twitch update coming after this play.
And we do as Davis now hands it off to Mr. Hansen. He picks up the yard. And while we see that he got a little forward progress, not enough. It's going to be 3rd and 10, so still 10 yards to go on 3rd down, partner.
Yeah, and we have a 9-yard touchdown pass to Chad Ono for North Carolina to go up 7-0 on Clemson, 6-17 in the first.
And Mr. Hansen continues to go backwards. A dominating defense by this USC Trojans. And Mickey Jackson, we know he's already had a good day. Well, this time he lays the big hit on the halfback to stall the drive.
Yeah, and that's a big play by USC to come up with a big drive-ending stop, because then that interception that they threw doesn't result in the 7 points like the interception that Ohio State threw.
This kick bounces at about the 6-yard line, and through the back of the end zone it goes for a touchback. Couple of milestones to watch for. You know, Bo Mayweather had the interception right there, but that is not indicative of the career that he has had. He needs just 94 yards rushing to pass Kane Robinson for USC's all-time rushing leader. And with 1 rushing touchdown, Mayweather passes Jamison Gold for the all-time record there. But Brock Berlin and the Ohio defenses came to play today.
Yeah, big sack. We seen back-to-back Ohio State big defensive plays. The interception from Jonathan Gold, and then the big play from Brock Berlin, and the just amazing plays back-to-back from the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Indeed. So while the Ohio State offense continues to try to find their footing, their defense putting up some great work here against Bo Mayweather III. Here is a carry. Jaden Cobb rushes for 6 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
And this is going to be a long down and distance to look to convert 3rd and 9. And USC, they're going to want to start pouring more onto that lead that they have over the Buckeyes. They're going to have to get this first down here. Pushes forward, and what a play from Ron Don.
Yeah, it's a good job of Ron Don right there, isn't it? I mean, Mayweather with a good pocket to look out of, with the Buckeyes only bringing a 3-man front, and he finds Ron Don on the flat, and he pushes his way for the first down.
That's an excellent play from Ron Don. Fight through the tackle, get the first down, give your teams a new set of downs.
Here's Mayweather with the snap. He's going to try to run for one of the first times today, but oh, he gets tripped up and he's going to fall to his knees. That's an 8-yard loss, and I'll actually credit Justin Henry with the sack, or I guess at least we would call it the disruption there.
Yeah, that's not going to be good for that rushing milestone he's looking for tonight.
No, it is not. So 2nd and a mile here for the Trojans as Mayweather drops back, throws, has to throw underneath, not much downfield, but Rondon does turn that into a 7-yard reception. We still got 3rd and long to go, though.
His second catch of the drive. Now 3rd and 11. Had a big conversion on 3rd and 9. Can they get another big one here?
Need something big. Mayweather sets up screen. Good blocking out
That's
front,
a good
but it's a
screen
long
block.
way
Look
to
at that
go.
break.
How about that? An opportunity. Breaking free. The screen goes for the touchdown. Jaden Cobb. We didn't think he was going to get the first down, but he takes it to the house.
That's a fantastic play by the running back for the Trojans. Come up big. Not only do you get the first down for your quarterback and for your team, but you power through, you power pass, and you break free and hit the gas. Massive touchdown for the Trojans.
It sure is, because it felt like the Buckeyes had the Trojans with their backs to the wall on a 3rd and long, and we said it. It would be a tough effort to get to the first, and the screen, and more importantly, the tenacity of Jaden Cobb gets it done. Extra point is good by Corey Little. It's a 14-3 ball game. 3:55 remaining here in the first.
That's an incredible play by Cobb, and now it's going to be put on the back of the Buckeyes to come back here, because you saw the pick 6. You saw the screen play taken for 70 yards. Now can Ohio State answer?
And that's going to be the big question on everybody's mind as Braylon Tyree brings this one out after a 24-yard return. And so, partner, I'll ask you, you want to try to get the ball rolling here with this Ohio State offense. Where do you start? What do you tell your offensive squad right here, down by 11 quickly?
You got to put them together. You got to pair them together. You can't be looking for, you're not going to get 11 points back in one play. You got to just keep putting good plays together. That's a great 5-yard run. Pair a couple of those together. You're sitting in good standing.
And as you said, partner, Mr. Hansen taking it for 5 yards on the play, and you're right. You just gotta dig away at it. Play action. Davis throws. It's off the mark. Tommy Clifton there in coverage, with obviously causing some sort of disruption there, as that one flew off the hand awkwardly of Ben Davis. Here's 3rd and 5. They don't waste any time in the huddle. They want to get back up on the line. Davis stepping up, throwing. He does find his man, Jet Taylor. This drive will continue.
That's a great catch on the perimeter by Jet Taylor, coming back for his quarterback, getting the feet down, getting the first down, and continue to push forward. Ohio State's got a new set of downs.
Yeah, that they do, and that was a very important play. I tell you, we go into discussion sometimes at great lengths about how rhythm affects a team, and the last thing Ohio State want to do is turn it over again so soon. There's a drop in the bucket to Tyree for nearly 30 yards.
And I mentioned it at the beginning of this game, and I still say it's going to be pivotal. If Ohio State's going to want to have an effective game tonight, they're going to have to utilize Braylon Tyree, and that's exactly what they do outside on the perimeter.
You are exactly right, my friend, and if they can come up with a big score here, this game gets a little bit tighter. Davis throwing. Oh, and just not able to stay in bounds. That one maybe led a little bit too far.
They hit on that comeback route again that Tyree got that first down on previously. Wasn't able to get it. He was open, though.
2:50 and counting remaining in this first quarter. Fast-moving opening quarter. Hansen picks up 3 on an out route that's short, but it does provide some positive yardage, but it does bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, 8 for 12 on the day, 72 yards and the pick 6. Davis now.
And here we go. Davis going to throw short of the first. Hansen does not have an opportunity to turn and run for it as he is stopped immediately, and the field goal unit comes on with Buddha Ball.
I still like this call. I don't think you can really afford right now, with how USC is clicking on offense, to not walk away with still it being a 1-point possession game. It's a one possession game now. I think this is much better the point, because if you get stopped on fourth down, we're talking about a different ball game.
I agree wholeheartedly. 14-6 the lead, USC over Ohio State. I also want to give credit to Josiah Sims. He's the one who made the big tackle on third down to force the field goal attempt. Now Maddox Baker brings this one out for the Trojans. Mayweather and company going back to work.
That's what's going to be interesting. We saw the big break from Cobb. What's going to be the play here? Just chucks it out of bounds.
Well, Mayweather is really quick on that quick drop back and letting it fly. This time his receivers were not in the area at all, and it's 2nd and 10.
Now here we go. We see the screen.
Yep, indeed. And again, a shed tackle by Dante D'Onofrio. He does pick up 3. I almost had deja vu of the play by Jaden Cobb there.
Yeah, because if he would have broke it, he had green grass in front of him. 3rd and 7 now.
Mayweather out of shotgun. Ohio State looking for some sort of play. Mayweather deep, a lobbing pass, but he has a man all the way to the end zone. They will get him down just short of the end zone. As a matter of fact, the knee is down for Oleg Hernandez.
That's an incredible pitch and catch by the USC quarterback to the USC tight end, coming up big there.
Hernandez, just ran by Kilo Graham like he was standing still on his way to that grab.
Here we go. What's going to be the play here?
1st and goal. Mayweather going to run left, keeps it, end zone, touchdown. And with that rushing touchdown, Mayweather passes Jamison Gold for the USC all-time record with 25.
A big record to pass, 25 touchdowns for the Trojans. And now 21-6, and this is the moment where if you're Ohio State, you start to wonder, maybe on some of them close fourth downs, should I have went for it?
Corey Little's extra point is good for the Trojans, and the Buckeyes will go back to work here with 1 and 28 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. So now it's again a 2-score game, but you've got to like what you've seen out of the Ohio State offense previously on their drive. They did settle for the field goal, but again, it was gains in the offensive department.
Yeah, the problem isn't the fact that Ohio State can't move the ball. It's just they got to find a way to cash in some of these field goals instead of going for them, find a way to get some of these touchdowns.
Tyson Luck picks up 2 on the play. And another thing, we can credit the USC defense for this. They have just been breathing down these backs and receivers' necks all game so far.
Oh, yeah, it has been hard shooting out there for the skill position players for the Buckeyes. But now it's 2nd and 8, and you feel like Ohio State's really got to drive down the field as we close to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we do. 2nd and 8, Davis going to throw. That pass is bobbled, but I believe Jet Taylor does bring it in, a fingertip grab, and it will bring up 3rd and 3.
It's a big catch from Jet Taylor as well to make this 3rd down much more manageable.
Empty set for Ben Davis on 3rd and 3. Receives the snap, pretty good pocket, but it's collapsing. He doesn't get rid of it. Oh my goodness, that was like a brief moment in time, wasn't it? And then Barry Jr. comes busting through the gates.
And see, the thing about this sack, Cameron, he gets the credit, but all 4 members of the defensive front had a hand on Davis.
And you can see on that replay, Davis trying to throw off the back foot and decides to bring it in to not cause a fumble. But it is 4th and 12, and the Ohio State offense still left scratching its head.
6-21 now, and USC's got the ball back.
And a nice return. Maddox Baker making a few men miss, a shifty move. And with 20 seconds left in the opening quarter, USC now with a real possibility of maybe extending this game and making it kind of comfortable on themselves after only a quarter of play.
Yeah, and this is exactly what USC wanted coming into this game. You got to think it's not what Ohio State wanted. Big break of the tackle, another broken tackle.
Hernandez still picks up 3, and like we said, the tenacity there to keep fighting off these tackles. They can't get men down, and that leaves open opportunities. Mayweather already 160-plus yards through the air. That brings us to the end of quarter number 1. USC out front of Ohio State, 21-6. You're watching CFSL action on PX1 Sports on YouTube. Welcoming you back in to start this second quarter. Cameron Duty and my buddy Michael Wesson here in the booth. Thanks to everybody in the CFSL staff helping put this game on and keep this world going around. Here is a big run. Mayweather shrugging off another hit, 15-yard gain.
And that's a key run from Mayweather because that gets him into positive yardage. 4 rushes for now 3 yards on the book because of the negative runs and the sacks.
This is where you start to see Bo Mayweather III really come alive when he has that option to spread the field and work at his own pace. Here he goes again. Steps out of 1 tackle. And it takes 3 guys to bring him down total after a 7-yard gain.
And it just has been a struggle for the Ohio State Buckeyes to really match what USC wants to bring to the table.
2nd and 3. Now direct handoff to Cobb, the big man who had a big play early in this game that put USC out front early, extending their lead, and he gets a first down here.
And now you wonder here, you see 3 receivers split to the right-hand side. What's going to be the play?
It's a screen. It's picked up by Johan Donnie, but he does go back behind the line of scrimmage and loses a yard after good coverage by the Buckeyes.
That was a good play by Donnie, for Donnie jumping up, making sure that ball goes to him and not get intercepted and taken the other way like we saw in the opening play.
Alex Ash was all over that, and as you said, had Donnie not brought that one down, that could have been disaster. Cobb with the carry, picks up 2. Big 3rd and 9 here, especially for this Ohio State defense needing to push the Trojans off the field.
Yeah, they've got to be looking for a field goal here on 3rd and 9. The last thing Ohio State would want to do is give up a first down or a touchdown.
Mayweather throws to Hernandez, and it is a touchdown. And there you have it. Already 87 making big waves in this one.
Bit of that commentator curse coming through.
A little bit as you've seen the adverse working there. Look at Hernandez, middle of the field, wide open at the goal line. So easy for Mayweather to find him.
Yeah, that's going to be 28-6 now. A 22-point lead by the Trojans.
Corey Little's extra point is good. And the Trojans showing why they are the 5th-ranked team for a reason.
Now it's going to be put on Ohio State, Cameron, to come out and have an impressive showing on offense because they don't. This could get really far away really quickly.
28-6 is the score, as you said. And Ohio State here not wanting to get too down on themselves. They got to keep themselves in the game with a big drive here. Here's Davis, takes it into his own hands, rushes for 13.
That's a perfect way to start this drive. Get a good 10-plus yard gain, rushing with the quarterback. And it's actually funny, Ohio State has more first downs than USC does.
But it does not show on the scoreboard, does it? Here is Davis throwing short. Chin on a sitting route, and he picks up 4.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
That was a good 4-yard pickup by Chin. Now you wonder what Ohio State's going to do moving forward.
Here is a draw to Mr. Hansen. He picks up 3, and this is an important 3rd down in this game already.
Yes, it is. You're already down to 22. The last thing you'd want to do is have to punt back to the Trojans, who have played exceptional offense so far.
And then on 3rd down, Davis gonna let this fly. It floats up there too long. It hangs up in the air. It's another interception coming back the other way. It's Bo Bible with an INT, and on his career, the freshman gets his first interception here.
And that's the thing, Cameron. That's the last thing you wanted, was to throw another interception.
And you know, for Bo Bible, you got to feel good. Number 8 working on number 8, Davis there. And again, just a little lob on that pass. It just stayed in the air for way too long. And now USC with a great opportunity here to really do some damage. Here's a keeper, Mayweather, left side, nobody's gonna touch him, and it is a touchdown, Trojans, as this game starting to get a little bit out of hand here in Southern California.
Yeah, it is from pillar to post right now on Ohio State, and USC is not letting up. What a blitzing run by Bo Mayweather, just coming through, not getting touched till we touch the end zone.
My word, 35-6. A lot of times that is a final score around these parts, but we've still got 6:33 remaining in the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Tyree brings this one out, and for Ohio State right here, hard not to get down on yourselves when you are down that far, but the silver lining is, as I said, it's still 6.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is make another key mistake here. And look at that, just runs right into the sack.
My goodness, got him up and around the shoulder pads there, Dominic Delamano, and watch him spin off of a block and then throw the QB down.
That's an excellent defensive play by Delamano, coming in, making a massive sack.
They are not letting Ben Davis have anything easy in this game. 2nd and 16. Davis going to try to run again. Tripped up by his blocks, but he does make it out for a 6-yard gain. Still 3rd and 11 coming up.
Funny enough, I think that might have assisted Davis more than it didn't, because it allowed him to have some more free rush area.
Oh, man. 3rd and 11. Ben Davis fighting for his life here these last couple of plays. He throws underneath to Jet Taylor, but well short of the first down. Tackled immediately. It's 4th and 7. Here comes the punting unit after Kincaid's tackle.
Yeah, and Taylor got cracked on that drag there. There's the punt back to the Trojans. Already a 29-point lead by USC. And now USC's got the ball back at about the 45-yard line. And this is not... And you got to think, how is Bo Mayweather and these Trojans going to want to come out and execute on this offensive drive?
Right now, I think they can really try about anything they want to, can't they, partner? It's all worked well for them. Mayweather to throw. Again, middle of the field. Missed tackle. 1-2. Finally, D'Onofrio does get tackled, but after a 21-yard gain.
We might have to go through some tackling drills with the Ohio State Buckeyes, because just ping-ponging D'Onofrio there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you look at that. That's kind of one of the things that Ohio State has struggled with today. You know, is being able to get those tackles on side. It's allowed for some 2nd and 3rd attempts. That's worked well for the USC Trojans. Here's a man in motion. Mayweather to pass again to another wide open Ron Dawn. 9-yard gain.
Big touchdown there. Big first down there. Almost first down on the slant. 2nd and 1 now coming.
5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. Of course, we want to thank everybody in the chat keeping this lively entertainment. We love seeing what y'all got going on. The excitement in the room here as you watch these two teams battle it out. Hernandez first down on a curling route there that brings him back to the football in just enough time.
And it opens up to really execute anything. Like you said, with a lead this big, you can really do anything you want on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down.
1st and 10, 4:45 remaining here in this first half. As Mayweather, with pressure coming, still gets rid of it. Open spaces. Dawn tackled from behind. It was a touchdown saving grab by Johnny Taylor.
That was a big play from Taylor to save that touchdown. But like you said, he was gone.
I mean, it's just one of those nights, isn't it, where everything, you might as well go buy a lottery ticket the way the night's working out for you. Everything working your way here. First and goal, Mayweather. Handoff to Cobb, and this is one of the very rare times we've seen a loss for Jaden Cobb. Justin Henry gets a TFL.
An excellent play by the Buckeyes defense. String a couple of those together and get a couple of good offensive drives, you might be able to have something here.
Second and goal. Mayweather, play action, batted away. One of the few inaccuracies of Bo Mayweather, the third in this game. It's third and goal.
And those are big plays like that you've got to come up with. Not able to nail on that one. Now it's going to be a draw play. It's going to set up fourth and goal.
Yeah, this Ohio State defense this time getting some penetration, and Brock Berlin able to make the stop, and this will go a long way in ensuring that Ohio State, will still be able to stick around in this game. Like I said, it's a pretty big lead here as we see this kick by Corey Little, as it is good. It's actually a 32-point lead now to be exact. But, as we said, time left on this clock, and Ohio State, right now, you just got to worry about the next drive in front of you and try to get in the end zone.
That's what you're going to wonder here. The Buckeyes now with a return, currently down 32 points. And when you're down 32 points, Cameron, what is the way you execute on offense?
I think that, like I said, it's one play at a time. It's just try to put a sustained drive together to get you to the end zone. Right now, field goal's not going to cut it at this deficit. I wouldn't be surprised as we see Hansen with a 4-yard loss. I know it's bold to say, partner, but I think 4-down territory is already in the question here.
Yeah, and this is the thing with USC. USC is doing absolutely everything. They had pressure there on Ben Davis. They also had pressure on Mr. And you really wonder what's going to be the play here.
Screen pass for Davis, just trying to get rid of it, and Mr. Hansen, he is leveled. What a hit. Coming in to make the stop again, it's Gunnar Kincaid.
These Trojans are playing outstanding pressure defense right now. The screen play's not working, the out routes aren't working, drop back passes aren't working because of the blitzes. USC's playing unbelievable, non-breathable defense.
Buddy, that they are, partner. 3rd and 14. Here's Ben Davis. Gonna throw. Has a man. Sticks it in there. Thrown to the ground, but not before Titan Chin picks up the first down.
And that's a big conversion there to Titan Chin, making a big element over the middle of the field, coming in against a very good, like we said, a defense played very good today. Go over the middle of the field and catch a ball like that, knowing you're going to get hit, takes a big man.
3 minutes remaining in this first half. Dominated by USC to this point. Ohio State wants to put a drive together. Prescott does pick up 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Now 2nd and 8 coming up. Davis has struggled with 2 interceptions on the day so far. Throws it down, and look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Andre Reed is stopped, and I got to talk about the pursuit by these Trojans and just how quick they are to the football as Gabriel King gets the tackle.
It's a see ball, get ball mentality here in Southern California. They are just going crazy here in the Los Angeles Coliseum.
Yeah, they really are, and it's an exciting time if you're a USC fan, the dominance of your team here. Davis floats this one up, and how about Jet Taylor? This is something you can say about this Ohio State team, partner. Yeah, they are down, maybe a little bit out of it at the moment, trying to scratch their way back in, but they've got heart, and they keep making plays like that.
Yeah, not going to go away. A huge sideline grab from Jet Taylor.
And you just got to appreciate a team that does not lay down, even when, the odds might be a little bit, out of their favor here. Here is Davis as he swallowed up for a sack. 6-yard loss by Sims.
Yeah, Sims came in big with that sack. It really could have been a bunch of different Trojans credited with that one. Very similar to that first sack we saw, but Davis goes down, and you really wonder what's going to be the move now for Ohio State.
Yeah, you do. On 2nd and 16, Davis holds on to it, and he goes down. Another loss, a 9-yard loss, a sack again, second one by Barry Jr., and it is a third and a good country mile here.
Yeah, this is 3rd and 25, a quarter of the entire length of the field, so it's a pretty long distance.
And if it wasn't going to be Barry Jr., it was going to be one or two others that had an opportunity to make that sack. They have to go with the check down underneath to Gregory, and that will do it for this drive. Punting unit on now, minute 35 remaining. USC takes their first time out.
And you got to think it's moments like that for Ohio State that are very emotionally draining, because they put a lot into that drive, a couple of big plays trying to move down the field, and just like that, the momentum switches, the ball's given back to the Trojans.
I mean, look at the Trojans offense and how they have been able to come alive. You know, it wasn't easy going for them at the start either. It took a couple of series to get warmed up. Of course, they had the big defensive play that put them up by 7 to start the drive, but now they are cooking. And another carry by Bo Mayweather, 18 yards rushing. If he gets up, as I said a little bit ago, 94 rushing yards puts him as the all-time rushing leader in USC history.
That'll be a big moment here, currently 50 yards away.
Minute 12 remaining. A throw. Complete. Cutting up towards the first down sticks is Ron Don. He does get the first down. 52 yards on the day for Don.
Yeah, and look, not a very efficient passing game attempts-wise, but a very efficient attempt yards-wise. And look at the dodge of the sack there, and able to make positive yards of it.
Yeah, I mean, Mayweather just an incredible job. As you said, his awareness where everybody's on the field at all times, and knowing when to bail out of a bad situation to at least turn it into a positive game. 2nd and 7 going deep, and it's batted away by Sebastian Fox. They'll have another opportunity at it on 3rd down.
That's a big play by Sebastian Fox, saving another big USC touchdown.
And again, you know, it's more of, as we see, an interception leading right into the point I was going to make, Michael. As I said, they may be down, but they keep chipping away at it. Richard Howell with a big interception.
That's a big play from Richard Howell, too, stealing that one away from the Trojans. And we saw the deflection on the previous down, then the interception. 52 seconds left in this first half. You got to think Ohio State's going to want to come down and score, and it's not completely over yet then.
No, not at all. And here is a tough, hard-fought run by Mr. Hansen. He gains a yard, nothing more. Makes me wonder if Ohio State just wants to get this to the locker room and call it a half and come back out swinging.
Yeah, that could be the answer as well.
As Davis sends a man in motion, clock still moving, 25 seconds and counting.
Looks like very much that they are killing the clock down and just going to go into the half.
They'll have to snap it with just 5 seconds here left on the play clock. And they will go to the air. Davis is going to throw short. Still has a man out there. Jet Taylor trying to make something of it. And that is how we end the first half, with USC winning both round 1 and round 2 of this 4-round fight, 38-6. We welcome you in to the halftime report right here, CFSL action on PX1 Sports on YouTube. Cameron and Michael on the call. Michael, partner, you know, we get a chance to look at some of the highlights and some of the stats. All USC the whole way, a couple field goals by the Buckeyes, who look to be able to keep it close early in this one before the momentum shift that is known as Bo Mayweather III took off.
Yeah, USC shared a couple of back-to-back picks between Ohio State and themselves, and it really looked like it was going to be a competitive matchup there for a little bit, and then USC took off. Look at that. USC actually has lost the time of possession battle, but has a huge lead.
Incredible. And if that doesn't tell you about efficiency, moving the ball at will as they have, and still, like we said, losing the time of possession, but winning on the scoreboard. Ohio State will have to kick it to USC to start this third quarter, and we're off and running to start quarter number 3, and a big return popping out to the left side close to the 45-yard line comes Maddox Baker.
And that's a tremendous return from Baker.
1st and 10 for the Trojans starting this third quarter, wanting to pick up where they left off, and they do. Mayweather over the middle, connecting with his man D'Onofrio for another first down.
Yeah, Dante D'Onofrio came up with some big key first downs in this game, and that one is another one. Despite the big lead they have, they want to keep piling it on.
Yeah, that they do, and that's just insurance. The more yards you're able to put up, the more points that you put up, just cementing your potential victory here. D'Onofrio picks up 4 more. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, Dante D'Onofrio with another big reception there to continue to push forward. 2nd and 6 now for the Trojans.
Keeper bulldozing over a man. It's Mayweather. He does fight hard for 2. And like we said, honestly, Michael, very rarely have you seen USC with any negative plays this evening.
I was about to say that. Mayweather just refuses to have negative rush plays.
Mayweather throwing again, picking up the first down. Just smart choices. Hernandez picks up 6. Yeah, I mean, even when it hasn't been negative yards, but they find a way to at least get 1, 2, 3 yards, seems like, per play to keep them ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, and that's got to be indicative of this, how good this Trojans team, one, believes in themselves and believes in the game plan that they run.
That's exactly right. Here's a wide receiver screen. That's good defense by the Buckeyes. 2 men able to get over there, and really, man, Mike Lemons and Richard Howell in the vicinity.
The screenplay does not wow up a big play like we saw before with Cobb. And that's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Trojans.
Mayweather takes hands off the Buckeyes. 1-man miss. Stiff arm. Takes 3 men to get him down. He picks up 9 on the play, and it's 3rd and 2.
And Jaden Cobb provides a short down and distance now for the Trojans.
3rd and short. Mayweather rolling out, going for the home run play. Don steps out at the 1.
What a throw by Bo Mayweather. Comes up big in the corner. Don could not get into the end zone, but one fantastic throw.
An incredible play, but it's been a night of incredible plays for Mayweather and Ron Don, just to name a few of the key players in this one. Jaden Cobb, another for this USC offense. Here's the snap. Keeper, Mayweather pitches out, and that's actually going to go for a loss, trying to get Cobb in the end zone instead of keeping it himself. Had he, though, I think we're looking at another touchdown.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think that would have been another touchdown for Bo Mayweather. I think that's one of the plays where maybe that's a miscue from the quarterback for the Trojans.
Yep, everybody, I guess, gets a gaff every now and then. Mayweather give to Kayla Haynes, and Kayla is decked for a loss. Wolf Elder coming up, making the first tackle of this evening.
Now, 3rd and goal. You had a for sure touchdown if you would have kept the option play. Now it's going to find out whether or not that's going to end up mattering. Throws the screen, has open space, got 1 man to beat. Touchdown, Trojans.
Jaden Cobb again. Would not be denied. Watch him get the angle here, Michael, as you walk us through this play.
Yeah, that was a fantastic screen. Mayweather took the heat, and then it was a foot race between the Trojans and and Ohio State, and Ohio State could not catch up to Cobb.
It is now a 39-point lead for the Trojans with 6:26 remaining in the third, and I believe we've got ourselves a update on Twitch coming in just a minute after this kickoff, partner, as we see Ohio State receive the kick here.
Yes, we do. This is a big return for Ohio State, trying to set up good field position, and about a 20-yard return for Tyson Luck. And we do have that Twitch update, 14-yard touchdown pass to Xavier King for North Carolina, as they now lead 23-3 on Clemson with 7:24 in the third.
Read my mind, partner. 1st and 10 coming for the Ohio State offense, the Buckeyes. Shotgun snap here for Ben Davis. He throws with a good pocket, but again, as we have seen all day, 3 yards is just about all the Ohio State Buckeyes can get out of a play right now.
Yeah, and now it's going to be 2nd and 7. And like you said, it's been tough sledding out there for the Ohio State Buckeyes. 45-6, 39-point lead. And you really look at it and you'd be like, this is a hard distance to overcome if you're the Buckeyes.
Here is a keeper on the ground with Mr. Hansen as he gets to take it and rumble right side. He picks up 30, or another gain that adds to 33 on the day. And, you know, maybe when you go back and you look at some things, partner, it feels like they get down early and they immediately have to take Mr. Hansen out of the equation. They have to go to the air to keep up with the Trojans. And you see what kind of day Mr. Hansen has had. They've not let him get sprung loose on anything.
Yes, 6 receptions for -1 yard just tells us tale of the tape. And what a defensive play by the Trojans there.
And you see him just fighting for literally, I can't even say every yard, for every inch right now. Gabriel King making a massive hit, and it is 2nd and 13. Here's shotgun formation for Ben Davis as he drops back and throws short again. Like we said, Mr. Hansen able to pop back up after another hit, picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, he took a big crack there from USC, and what a shot it was.
And another thing to point out in this dominance by the Trojans, a man we have not hardly been able to call all day long, Braylon Tyree. That is abnormal for a Ohio State game.
Now look over the middle of the field, and that's going to be knocked incomplete, and that's going to set up 4th and 7 now. And Ohio State's going to have to punt again, which is something you do not want to do down 39 points.
No, and it really leaves you no choice. You can play at 4 territory to try to go for it, and try to cut into this lead. And now it's about Maddox Baker and the Trojans, as we said, padding their lead, keeping this thing out of distance for the Buckeyes. I think we know that is pretty well achieved here with 4:55 remaining in this third quarter. As Mayweather gets back to work, it is a handoff to Cobb. He rushes for 7. I think now we need to look at the milestone watch for Mayweather. We said he needed 94 rushing yards to become USC's all-time rushing leader. And, Michael, he's just a junior.
And that's the thing. There's so much more left in the tank for Mayweather, too. -2 yards isn't going to help to that 90-yard total, but and now it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Trojans.
Yeah, it's certainly not. Justin Henry does get a well-timed sack there, doesn't he? And so it will bring up 3rd and 5 indeed. As we look for some updated stats here to see, and we may get that in just a little while on exactly where Mayweather stands on the milestone watch. 3rd and 5, and he gets rid of it just barely. He gets hit with pressure coming up the middle. That's a bad shot to take, especially when you're so far out ahead. You don't want to see your quarterback get hit like that.
No, you don't. And also, you don't want to put the ball into a dangerous situation. You have this big lead. You don't want to give Ohio State any chance to pull back. They could have intercepted the ball off that deflection. That would have been bad.
It sure would have. There's Tyree on a 16-yard return, but that's about all we've heard of Braylon Tyree today.
Yeah, it's been a return, couple catches here and there, but nothing really big. And I said in the opening of this game, if Ohio State's going to want to have success, it's going to be off the back of Braylon Tyree.
It is, as Mr. Hansen runs up the middle for about a 6-yard gain. Gets us inside of 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And we have a Twitch update coming very soon after this play.
Davis going to wide up and throw. Has a man at the 40. It's Tyson Luck for 17. One of the better looking plays today for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and over on Twitch, we have a 25-yard touchdown pass to Xavier King. His second touchdown of the day. UNC is going to go up 30-3 on the Clemson Tigers. 4:55 left in the third quarter.
And here's 1st and 10 for Ben Davis and the Trojans. For the Buckeyes. Right now, Michael, what they want to do, you don't want to go, you don't want to leave this field without being able to say you were able to get it into the end zone. I think that is the primary objective before this game ends.
Oh, 100%. I also think, you mentioned it earlier, I think it's first, second, third, and fourth down offense on the field.
2nd and 5 for Davis as he does throw. Space over the middle. Has a man, tighten chin. They were playing soft there in the middle of the field. Davis able to take advantage of it.
That's a perfect play from Chin. We saw Ohio State down here before. They will have to settle for a field goal, though. You wonder, can they get into the end zone now? We haven't been able to see it all day.
Hanson with a 6-yard rush, and it kind of harkens back to what we were saying, partner. This is 4-down territory. I think you say end zone or bust right now.
Yeah, with this lead, 100%.
Here's a carry. 2nd and 4. Trying to use Andre Reed, and they roll him over, and he gets the first down on that second wind.
It's a good run to power through to get that first down to set up 1st and goal for the Buckeyes.
Yes, it was. Now on first set of downs for the Buckeyes. This out to the flat, and you can see Reed missed the reception, but USC was quick to football.
Yeah, now you get 2nd and goal here.
Here's Davis. Gonna keep it. End zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Like you said, you want to be able to say you're able to complete a drive with a touchdown. They can't say that here on this evening.
And that's exactly what they wanted, was to get a chance. You get into the end zone to touch the paint, and that's exactly what Davis got them.
The extra point by Buddha. Ball is good, and while we know that it in the end, could still end up coming short of big Buckeyes at the end of this day, it is good to see them get to the end zone for all the hard work these young men have put into it today against a very tough USC team as Baker brings this one back. 2:05 remaining here in the third as we get late in this one.
Yeah, 32-point lead now by the Trojans. You got to think the Trojans, are they going to want to continue to put that lead, or are they going to start milking some of this clock away here in the third quarter?
Keeper with Mayweather. We've been on record, watched the last couple of quarters, but he is going backwards. Goose Good staying home to make the TFL. They did not let him get out in open field.
And now we're going to see 2nd and 11. Like you said, we're on record watch for Mayweather's rushing yards, but negative yardage isn't going to help him conquer that record, but a big throw and a miscommunication throw.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit behind the intended wideout. You start to see a little bit of life out of this Ohio State defense, especially if they can get them off the field here on 3rd and 11. As we see the snap, Mayweather dropping back, going to set up screen. Cobb got an angle, but it's going to be just short, man. He reached for the first down sticks, and he comes up inches shy.
Yeah, a very close first down. Almost, it looked so close. The ball's almost touching the yellow line there.
Oh, how about the effort by Jaden Cobb? It looked like the 3 defenders around him, he was going to be stopped about a couple of yards short. He fought his way through almost to the first down. Now this return, blowing through blockers and defenders here is Tyree for a hard-fought 13 yards.
And now this is a chance for Ohio State to start putting a little bit more pressure on. I'm not saying that a comeback's possible, but I'm not saying it's not.
As long as there's time on the board, Ohio State keeps fighting. Oh, look at this. Anson breaking out again of a gang tackle, and he picks up 7.
And it's big plays like that, finding a way to make something out of nothing when nothing's there. That's what makes big moments be able to happen.
Well, that it is. Here's 2nd and 3 And once more, fighting his way out of one missed tackle is Hansen to get back to the line of scrimmage. Gabriel King does get credit for the stop.
Had to power through 3 different USC Trojans defenders to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that was a hard-fought effort just to get back to the line. 3rd and short. Davis throws. What a nice play out of the backfield comes Mr. Hansen as he waited. Meets eyes with the quarterback, and he tells him to go out wide, and they connect for a first down.
And this is what you wonder for Ohio State, is seeing you be able to stack these couple of big plays together. That's got to rejuvenate your offense.
Yes. Yeah, you would certainly think so, partner. 18 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter, and it makes you wonder, had they come out with this style of offense earlier in the game, what could we be seeing? Davis tries to take off. They say, no way. Jose Delamano throws him to the turf vigorously.
Yeah, he ran right into that sack from Delamano, coming up, getting that 5-yard loss on it as well.
Just folded him up like a lawn chair, didn't he? And so it's 2nd and 15 coming up here. But we will go to quarter number 4. And folks, everybody watching the feed, all I can ask for is to see those 4s in the chat. 45-13, Trojans over the Buckeyes. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. Welcome you back in here. Final frame of football on this Tuesday night here on YouTube. Cameron Duty and Michael Wesson with you on the call. And we've got a big play coming here. Look at the shifty moves by Ben Davis. He says, I'll not be denied till I get that first down. And he does so.
And that was big from Davis as well, to break out of that positioning where you looked at it and you thought he was going to go to the outside, but then he cut up field, he faked out the defense and got that first down.
1st and 10 coming now for the Buckeyes. As we see the throw short. Well, actually, I'm going to say stepped out of bounds. My apologies there. He may have had the first, but he could not keep his feet in bounds for that to even really matter. So back to the drawing board.
Yeah, back to the drawing board and back to a 2nd down here.
Hansen is contained. Matter of fact, it's a loss of a yard. Tackle made by Montgomery, 2nd and 11.
And now on 3rd and 11, what's going to be the move here? What's going to be the play? If you're the Buckeyes, what do you want to do? Because you cannot imagine they're going to be wanting to settle for field goals.
No, not at all. Davis gonna throw batted and almost intercepted. The big man over the middle, Mickey Jackson, almost had his hands on that one. But you're right, it is 4th down territory here.
And like I said, not going to be one to want to settle for field goals.
Nope, Davis with a pretty good pocket, steps up, throws, it's going to be close, and they're going to say he's out of bounds. Turnover on downs. They crowded him on the line.
It's a fantastic catch and almost in bounds. They might want to go take a look at that one. Crazy diving catch.
I don't think it would hurt, would you, to try to look at it and see if Jet Taylor stayed in bounds, but we will not see that challenge. Now you'll start to see the Trojans wanting to run some clock off here. 5-yard gain by D'Onofrio.
That was a crazy diving catch on that last play for the Buckeyes, but now 2nd and 5. And what is Mayweather going to be looking to do here?
He throws a short, but it's a good job of D'Onofrio to run for the first down. Needed about 5, picks up 8, and D'Onofrio up to 57 yards on 7 catches.
And Cameron, I think this is going to be a play of where Bo is now going to be looking to play just a little bit of pitch and catch, looking to just get first downs. But look at that handoff.
I tell you, there have been a lot of impressive players on this USC squad today, my friend, but maybe none more than Jaden Cobb, and the way that his moments of touching the football today have been nothing short of spectacular.
And that's what comes with it. Now 5 wide position, and we're going to have a Twitch update coming after this play.
Sending a man in motion, or to say calls for the snap. Sends a man in motion, pump fakes, now throws short, and tackled after Rondon is pushed back 3 yards on the loss. Let's go to that Twitch update, partner.
Yeah, we have a 9-yard touchdown pass to Elijah Zaire as UNC, University of North Carolina, goes up 37-3 over on Clemson. 8:21 left.
A game that may be well decided there already, and sometimes you have that. Those teams get out to a dominating lead, and it's celebration time a little bit early. Mayweather rushes for 5, brings up 3rd and 8, clock still moving here, which is what they're ultimately wanting to do.
Yeah, and I think this drive for UNC, for USC, is much less about getting these big plays, but never mind, touchdown Trojans.
I'll let you call that one, partner. You walked right into it, didn't you? Mayweather with a throw down the sidelines to D'Onofrio, and it really did feel like D'Onofrio had kind of been knocking on the door, did it not, this entire game, trying to get into the end zone, and he finally gets his touchdown.
Oh, it definitely did. And the point I was trying to make is it seemed like the Trojans were just settling for these underneath routes, getting the first down, chewing at that clock. But then D'Onofrio nailed deep for the Trojans.
It really is. It is something to see, is it not? How this USC team has just moved the ball at will today. And like you said, we felt like they were getting to where they just wanted to lull everybody to sleep and run some clock out. Well, they lulled them to sleep. That's right. And then they hit them with a big-time throw. 52-13, the score right here from LA Memorial Coliseum.
And it's big plays like that have given USC this lead, Cameron.
It certainly has, as we see the sidelines there. Not a happy place to be right now if you are Ohio State. And, let's talk about USC for a moment as we'll certainly keep an eye on all the action, but also as we shift to a little bit of extracurricular conversation in this game here. USC easily could be looking at 2-0 on the season had it not been for the 3-point loss in week 1. This certainly feels like a redemption type of game for the Trojans, does it not?
Oh, without a doubt it does. And the thing for the Trojans is if they can come out and play offense like they have today, there are a few teams within this league that can compete with what they have on offense.
Indeed, as Davis scrambles for the first down. And had it not been for just a few couple of plays that went their way in week 1, they're looking at 2-0. And for Ohio State, played Notre Dame week 1, 38-21. Felt like some things were moving in the direction for them. And while USC certainly, you think had the upper hand going into this game, I think we all kind of expected this to be a little bit closer than what it has turned out to be in front of us.
Oh, 100%. It's just the fact that the Trojans were able to get out to a lead so quickly on Ohio State, and you wonder if Ohio State really even had a chance to fully understand what was happening before it had already happened.
If this game had stayed much more balanced, if you hadn't had the pick 6 for the touchdown, and then you hadn't have already started to, because the way that I feel about it, when you play a team like USC and you are down to them early in the game, it's just like blood in the water, and they start to find their, they kind of get their claws in you. You have to play to their strengths when you're down, and it was just a snowball headed downwards after that.
Yeah, that's very much what it seemed like. And now with 5:18 left in the game on 4th and 2, Ohio State's going to punt it back to the Trojans.
Not in a position there to try to go for it on the 4th down, so they do just try to pin them deep. We have our first penalty of the day, and let's see what we've got.
Oh, it's the dreading flipping call.
Yes, it is. And it will be on Gabriel King.
Penalty is declined.
And so they decline it.
Yeah, Ohio State's going to actually decide to decline that one and just keep the return as it was.
5:09 remaining in this game, folks. USC 52-13 lead.
Quick screen out. Got that block waiting, and that's another pass to D'Onofrio.
It is. I think we're going to see Mayweather come up short of the record for all-time rushing leader, but no doubt I do think he will be pretty close, and week 3 may be the game where he takes it. Because meanwhile, they've let Jaden Cobb go to work here, and he picks up 18 more.
Yeah, 52-13, and Cobb has been a bruiser tonight.
And look at that. I mean, the physicality that Jaden Cobb has. Let's just look at his stats for just a moment, or at least the tail of the tape, I guess you'd say. 5'9", 225, but he hits like he's a 300-pound linebacker, as this time they give it to him, and he is stopped for a 3-yard loss. But it took 3 men to do it, including King Moss there.
Yeah, that's the thing. That really is the thing. It's a bruising turn of events to be able to bring down Cobb and really to stop this Trojans offense as a whole.
2nd and 13, they go back to the ground. Here's some of that shiftiness, breaking ankles. It's Cobb, and I love watching him run because the way that he shifts from left to right on his knees there, he really confuses the defenders. They don't know which way he's going to go. He's very shifty like that. 3rd and 3, trying to power for the first. Williams will be stopped, so that's a good stop by Ohio State.
Yes, it is, and Ohio State now on 4th and 2. The Trojans are going to choose to go for it. We're going to have a Twitch update after this one.
Oh, wow. Bo Mayweather and company said, we're going to stay in here, try to finish the fight. It's batted down. Joel Green gets a hand up, and Ohio State will get the ball back with 3:51 left. How about that Twitch update, partner?
Yeah, we have a 67-yard touchdown pass to William Owens for Clemson as they trail 37-10 with 6 minutes left in the game.
Ohio State now is just about trying to put some more points on the board, trying to get some players involved you've not had a chance to target yet today. Try to get some reps in, and you're already looking, as we see Titan Chen with a 10-yard reception, you're already looking, I think, towards week 3 and trying to find some players that right now, if you're a coach, you're saying, who's going to come play for me? Who's going to keep their head in the game even when we're down and out? Coaches are looking at that.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, too. Who's going to be willing to make big catches when really the catches don't matter?
Yeah. Who's going to keep putting your body on the line there? And Jet Taylor being one of those guys, indeed. First down grab, 3:20 and counting here in the 4th. Throwing out to Hansen. He does bring it in for a 1-yard grab.
And that's a big grab, too, because that just shows, like, he's willing to lay out even if it's a 1-yard gain.
Exactly. Most acrobatic 1-yard grab I think I've ever seen as Davis runs for 4, and it will bring up 3rd and 5.
And now on 3rd and 5, this is Ohio State. They're going to want to put some more points up on the scoreboard. It's going to have to be a conversion here because if USC gets the ball back, you wonder if they're going to want to fully chew out that clock. And what a play. And again, Jet Taylor comes up big for this Buckeyes offense.
You got Ben Davis standing in the pocket there and just delivers a great zip on the ball. Davis, not bad stats today, 35 of 45. It's hard to put a loss on anybody. You don't want to do that, but I don't think you can really look at QB number 8 as the culprit there either. Like I said, it really comes down to not being able to put the ball in the end zone, as you said.
But then you also look, you really do also look, and then you see the 2 interceptions, especially the interception early, and you're like, I understand that he was able to rebound with a really good game. And you wonder if that interception doesn't happen early and Ohio State doesn't fall behind like they did, maybe you're sitting on a totally different conversation. That's a good point as well, partner. And you can't single anybody out at all, but you are right in that. While a good game has been had by Davis, it certainly started off and it put them on a rocky path as we get to 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and some change left here. On the carry is Hansen. He does not get back to the line. Felt like Hansen a little bit slow on that carry, maybe kind of hitting the empty mark there on the gas tank of this one. Yeah, we have a Twitch update, an 8-yard touchdown pass to Ethan Schuler for the Tar Heels. University of North Carolina leads 44-10 with 4:45 left in the 4th.
Here's Davis still standing in there, still slinging the rock as Messiah Ritchie comes up with a 7-yard grab. Clock is moving here, 1:40 remaining in this game.
Now, You got a minute 35. This is purely for morals if they're wanting to get in this end zone.
It is 3rd and 4. They keep trying to power that way. They give to the Prescott, who has been kind of quiet today as well. They've used him when they've needed a short yardage, but it is 4th and 3. Split backs for Ben Davis. The last chance here probably today for the Buckeyes. Davis stands in there and he goes down.
And isn't that just synonymous of how this game has went all day for the Buckeyes? Davis tries to stand in, make a big play, and just falls a little short. Big double sack by the Trojans.
Yeah, he had Jackson Montgomery in there on him, and that's no small man. And then you get a couple more piling in. Montgomery alone, 6'5", 395 pounds, and now it's all about chewing out that clock. Here's a first down by Cobb and then some. That will take us home, folks.
22 yards on that play, and he's looking like number 22 out there with a massive killer stiff arm and run.
I mean, how much fun this guy is to watch. It's truly, it really is a privilege to watch such athleticism as we've seen out here by USC today. All of those athletes play clock down to 2. They turn and give to Cobb. He says, I'm not done yet. Gets out close to midfield, and now victory formation surely coming for the Trojans.
An absolute cruiser at running back is Jaden Cobb.
And that run puts Cobb over the 100-yard mark on the day. And as the final seconds tick away, 3, 2, 1, victory is secure for the USC Trojans in Southern California on this Tuesday night. They can go home and go to bed happy. Final thoughts, partner.
I think that this was a eventful game, and there you saw it. Braylon Tyree was held to 47 yards, I think it said, and I said at the beginning of this game that he needed to be a key factor, and the truth to be of the situation is he wasn't. Because of how good the Trojans played on defense, they isolated Braylon Tyree, and they attacked Ben Davis, and this was an excellent game by the Trojans.
Folks, we want to thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us. It's been a great time. We look forward to doing it all again tomorrow night. Thanks to our executive producer, Mike Peters, and associate producer, Austin Crow, and from our broadcast partner, Michael Wesson. On behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Cameron Duty. You've been watching PX1 Sports on YouTube. It's the CFSL. Week 2 rolls on again tomorrow, and we will see you. We'll do it all again tomorrow night as kickoff gets underway at 6:30 Central Time. Until next time, have a good night, everybody.